Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to King's Lynn, to Anglia Car Auctions. Guy?
Bryn, welcome back. It seems like only a couple of weeks ago.
Like a snap of an eye.
You were here.
Yeah.
But I think you've noticed lots has changed.
Well, the first thing, so the last time I was here a couple of weeks ago, and hello to you, wherever you're tuning in from, we are talking about the classic car sale, which is happening this very weekend. We'll get onto that in a moment. New hall. So this used to be a space used by something else on the Anglia auction site, and you guys have cleaned it all out, cleaned it all up, knocked a hole in the wall, painted it.
Fresh lick of paint.
In that couple of weeks.
And we're ready to go.
Yeah. It's full of some
it's just nice,
lovely stuff.
A bright, light area for us to display more cars.
I was going to say there's what, another 20, 25 cars?
We've got 19 in here at the minute,
19.
but we think we can do a little bit of jiggling around, and we'll probably get a few more in next time.
Brilliant. Well, look, there's a lovely pair of MGs here, aren't there, that have come from the same owner?
They've been in the same ownership, the GT from new, and the Roadster for many, many years, but just a great little pairing, same
Ocelli engines, you know, nice period tuning. And you mentioned in one of the preview videos, which you haven't seen, you should go onto YouTube and take a look at, that we didn't have any MGBs or MGB GTs in the last sale, did we?
Yeah.
So you've gone a bit heavy this time, haven't you?
Yes, like 8.
Yeah.
Well, summer is coming, so what better car to be out down the parboard to a classic car rally than an MGB. And
also looking at them in the catalogue as well, which if you haven't got a catalogue, it's all available online, angliacarauctions.co.uk. There's the classic car tab, there's the automobilia and the car, searchable by make, model, all sorts of things. The MGs are right across the spectrum as well.
They are.
Projects, newer, older, really, really gorgeous. The Aston Martin coloured one that you showed in the preview video. Yeah. Big selection to choose from. And that is just a veritable tip of the classic car iceberg, because how many cars have we got to sell this weekend?
It's a behemoth.
Yeah.
This is
proper big spring has sprung.
252 cars, 29 motorcycles, and 360 something lots of automobilia. And a tractor. And a tractor. I'd like to point this out. I know you were walking by and you kept looking at it.
These, I grew up, my mother and father lived in France for a long time, and I grew up looking at these. Local farmer down in Somerset had one brand new, actually, 504, and a mate has got a Dangel, my mate Bruce has got a Dangel 4x4 that he went to the south of France and bought off Le Banquon, the website over there, and drove it back to Wales.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, this one, though.
When I met my other half, Lauren, she had one of these. She was doing a house renovation in this colour. So brilliant.
She's a keeper. And the 504, I know we always bang on about it, but famous throughout the African continents and for just reliability and going on forever. So really iconic vehicle and incredibly rare. Now, let me guess, was this a relatively local vehicle to King's Lynn? Because I know the Peugeot brand was big in Norfolk.
Peugeot brand, anything that was agricultural. You could have a small holding, a small building firm. You'd have one of these. You know, you mentioned Africa. When I was a kid, I went to school in Africa for a while in Kenya. Yep. And there were either Mercedes 123s, 124s if you were doing well, or Peugeot 504s. You know, estates, saloons, pickups. They were everywhere.
And the estimate is something we know and love.
No reserve.
No reserve.
So really, really huge interest in this. Great to see it displayed in a hall. Where would you see a classic car auction with a Peugeot diesel pickup in front of a beautiful...
We just walked past a Ferrari 355, didn't we?
Well, it's not a 355.
Oh, 360, sorry. It's a
360 Spider with the F1 now.
What a great colour combination as well. Yeah. Black with the red. It's you've guided it at 45 to 50. Yep. Which to me, I'm not up on Ferrari values.
It's a huge amount of car for the money.
It's a mid-engine supercar. Yeah. Right, the 360, I don't think it's unreasonable to say it's a supercar.
Oh, 100%.
So we've got things like this, Peugeot 504s, and this is the appeal of Anglia Car Auctions here in King's Lynn. You do not get this variety of cars, the access to this variety of cars, anywhere else that you can just... For the last 2 days, you've had viewing days going on here.
Viewing days, we've had hundreds and hundreds of people through the doors.
Because why wouldn't you? There's a cafe in the corner, bacon sandwich, cup of tea, bit of cake.
It's like, you know, we've said it before, it's like a car show, or it's like a car museum, yet everything is for sale.
Yeah, and this is what I've always said as well about the auction. if people look at auctions and go, oh, I'm not sure about selling my car at an auction, the appeal is that somebody walks in and sees this and, oh, wow, you know, great. I've spoken to people who've bought cars here before who've turned up to buy something completely random and walked away with something completely else because it's here and they see it and they can touch it and they can experience it. And if you're selling a car at home yourself, the only person that's exposed to it is the person that actually comes to see it.
I mean,
so
the number of people that said,
environment.
you know, I've been talking to people over the last few days, so I said, I've come to look at one car, I've come to look at two cars, but whilst I'm here, I've seen this, tell me about this.
Yeah.
I'm interested in this, I absolutely love it. And if they'd have just scrolled through the net, they wouldn't have seen it. And that's so crucial about a sale like this.
It's that sort of touch it, feel it, see it, smell it. So we've got the two halls behind us.
Yep, we'll mention those probably. Well, we will be going on those. You're here now for the next two and a bit days.
Through the next 2 days, you're not going to get rid of me.
So we've got a lot to talk about. I have mentioned a lot of these cars.
I was going to say
previously, so I don't want to go over. I'm not brushing over them, but you know, for example, the 13,000 mile one owner Subaru supercar. This Riley Gamecock, no reserve, fantastic. We've got the Alfas. We've got the two Renaults. The
Clios,
the Clio V6, which maybe we're going to have a look at that in a little bit.
I love this.
I've got to talk about this.
Designed by, I can't remember, was it Michelotti or Bertone? It was one of the, but it was the same design house was, I'm sure it was involved in the design of the Austin 1100 Estate, which for me is an almost prettier car because it's a three-door, but you can see the lines, the commonality.
I really, really like this car. Look at those moulded rubber.
Oh wow!
Rubber floor mats.
That is just pure design. We'll show you some more details of this when it's coming through the sale. I think as well. I followed the Mille Miglia for a company for 5-6 years, shooting media for them. And around the Mille Miglia, you'd see just locals buzzing around in these with flags, just having a great day out. Flags. So yeah, really gorgeous.
Really, really super. We've got two of these 635 CSI Highlines in the sale.
Woohoo! Is that fully electric adjustable seats? Car phone?
Yes. Now someone spec'd this.
Wow.
In the late 80s, you were
see if we can get you in there, Noddy.
You were doing very well
if you were get in there
able to buy one of these and spec it like this.
So I don't know if you can see that on camera right now, but in the central console next to the handbrake, there are there's buttons for the electrically adjustable Recaros, as opposed to sometimes you get the button squab or the button console would be on the squab. Yeah. But yeah, so for my sins, I had an E28 17 years ago that we took the engine out of one of these and put into an E28 to make a fake. Sorry. So I thought this was a 24 valve M6, but it's not. It's the 3.5.
It's the 3.5 CSI
200
Highline. 280 something horsepower? No, 220.
220. I think it's about 220, 226. But
we'll be corrected. Someone will correct us.
Yeah, and absolutely should. So get on the comments and comment and let us know. But I am a massive fan of that engine as well. Real talky thing. Above 3,500 RPM. It just pulls and pulls and pulls. And just a massively good investment now as well. These were £6,000 or £8,000 not very long ago, and you've guided this at 13 to 16. I seriously see this as being a 25 grand car in 3-4 years' time. Not that it should be about financial reward, but no.
Can I mention this?
Not before we talk about the green interior. I love it. I love personalisation on Porsches, that you'll just have this beautiful, very simple. Now, I'm a big fan, actually. Classic and Chrome, the dealership down in Mortlake. I used to live a stone's throw from there. I probably lived there when this was virtually new or something, but yeah.
So 6-speed manual, this one.
Great.
Which
got the hard top.
The hard top's great.
Yep.
So you can have your convertible in the summer and use it as basically a coupe in the winter.
You're talking my language, guy. And this is the problem I have is when I go, if you haven't been through the catalogue online, angliacarauctions.co.uk, the classic car tab, I do it for I used to do it a lot more in the run-up to the auction, but now I lose so much time doing it. I only do it about 3 or 4 times, and the last time was about 2 days ago. And I mentioned to Guy that just one of the scenarios that played out in my head was there's 3 Audis. There's an S3, an Audi TT, and an A2, all in what appears to be Ava Silver, all 2002, 2003 cars. In my head, I've bought those three and put them in a garage. Yeah. It's lethal.
They're all coming in.
The games you can play.
Yesterday, coming into work, I was following a yellow A2.
Yep.
Rare car. It's local, obviously around here. What a fantastic
A2s though, they're on the up. They're like the BMW i3 of 20 years ago. It was way ahead of its time, and such a great proposition as just a daily driver, like this.
Now, we can't walk past this. I mean, it's got such presence. So it's a 2530.
Yep. What does that mean?
So 30
wheelbase, or
you've got
age,
horsepower.
Horsepower,
so,
right. Hang on, so this has got 30 horsepower.
Different sort of horsepower.
Yes.
To what we're talking about now.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is by Barker.
Right.
The coachwork. Quite often these come in, and they're not that straight. They've had a life. This.
It's got the launderette conversion in it, or no, not
beautiful.
the launderette, but
so you've got the centre.
The chauffeur's partition. The guy, I'm being serious, you've guided this, the estimates at £20,000 to £25,000. That to me seems like a lot of car for the money.
It's a huge amount of car for the money.
And I don't, honestly, I know this is what you do, and if you are considering entering a car in the sale at all, Guy is the head of the team that you'll talk to, but honestly, surely this is worth more than that. I mean, we're going to find out through the course of the weekend.
Absolutely, but what a cracking car.
Yeah,
loads
gorgeous.
Of Can I just talk about this one?
Of course you can.
So it's a 2-litre GL. Great to see the original. I love the number plates that.
Original dealer plates.
The
raised.
Yeah, fantastic.
People so often get things like that wrong when they put a black and grey plate on like a 1978 car.
This is correct to what it should be. Now it's done 28,000 miles.
Right.
It's been owned by husband and wife. Now, they owned it from new.
Wow.
But they had a friend at Ford, so to avoid to get a little bit of extra discount, their friend had it registered to him for the first year.
Okay.
But the paperwork stacks up because in their name they had it Zybarted from new or the treatment. They then went to work abroad for 6 months.
Right.
And stayed for 20 odd years.
No way.
So whilst the car has had some paint at the front, it could do with a little bit of improvement. There's some micro blistering there.
Yep.
If you look at the interior, and I love the vinyl roof.
Yeah.
But look at that.
Look at the lamb's wool blankets. I mean,
the dash isn't cracked.
With the greatest of respect to Fords of this period, I've owned a lot of them. They were built to a price point. So the interior materials were great, but they were never designed to last 40 years. And this is gorgeous. Yeah, yeah. I mean, so for me, when you're looking at a vehicle that you want to love and enjoy, that sort of stuff, metalwork, yes, it's hard to replace, and authenticity, but the interior is where you've really got to be careful with what you're buying, and that's gorgeous.
12 to 15,000.
And totally justifiable. We've got this gorgeous little Gogomobile, which has got such a lovely, the
front.
The front and the back, the logo on the back, the way it's kind of this cast alloy.
Bentley GT. Now,
they're
really coming into their own. So a good one of these is a superb motor car.
Yep.
And this one's locked. But what I love about this, black car, black interior. It's the Mulliner interior.
Yep.
So you've got that beautiful cross stitching. You've got the larger wheels that came with the Mulliner. You've got the sort of the chrome sporty gear.
You know what I like as well? Clear windows.
Yes.
It's not gangstered up. This would be a lovely place just to spend a lot of time in.
Yeah.
I've done 1,200 miles in my car since Tuesday morning this week, and I honestly
That's good going.
Yeah, I've been having some fun. But this is the sort of thing that I look at and go, well, it's 14 to 16 grand estimate. I mean, what's it going to end up at? 14, 15,000 pounds?
Who knows?
BMW X5 or a Continental?
Absolutely. Again, talking, this is a Rolls-Royce Spirit 2.
Yep.
So you're a little bit more advanced. You've got the injection from some of the earlier cars.
Look at the colour of that dashboard. My mother used to make a dessert in the 1980s that was this colour.
What on earth
it
was
was
that
out
called?
of a packet. and it used to take her about 5 minutes, and she'd whisk it up, but it tasted good. Tasted good. Pretty, you know.
We've locked this one.
Oh yeah, quite justifiably so.
So I have mentioned this fantastic standard Park Lane saloon. I did Freudian slip, call it a Park Ward yesterday.
I'm sure somebody reminded you of being incorrect.
They did. Thank you for that. We don't mind people just correcting us.
Absolutely. And you've got a lovely set of Land Rovers actually. There's the 2007, 2008 and the 2012,
well,
2013.
We've actually got
the later
going back,
one.
Yeah, to 2015, which we'll look at. I mean, these 110s are great. I have spoken about this, but I have to show you this, Bryn, because 52,000 miles.
That's outrageous.
It's just beautiful.
What I love as well is what people don't realise these days. Obviously, there's nothing particularly modern around here at the moment. I'd say the M5 there is probably the most modern car nearest to this. Look at the glass. Look at the view you'd get as a child in the back of this.
Small pillars.
Yeah, just this beautiful sense of air around it.
Yeah, like the Audi Coupe.
Yeah.
You've got thin pillars. I mean, this is a shape that's really pretty.
Really aged very well.
Yeah. And if you don't know where the boot release is,
I don't.
You'll spend hours.
Just down on the pillar
just down there on the passenger door pillar.
So what's this? Is it? Oh no, it's just a boot, isn't it? Not a hatch. But the size of that. There's no massive amounts of technology in there to clutter it up or diffs or anything. So and a great example as well. What year is this? 70.
This one is 70. Sorry.
On it. Oh no, it's on a
72.
72.
Yep.
5 years before, you've got the Mustang in front of it.
What a shape that is.
Yeah. I had a.
And this is an S-code car.
Okay.
But look inside.
Oh man,
I love it. The colour.
Centre console car.
There's obviously everybody goes on about the Bullet Mustang in the green. Be a little bit different.
Yeah. It's got the right wheels on it. I had a 67 notchback that I bought in California and drove around. And it's one of those cars that I was travelling a lot of the time, and you sell it and you go, that was just a really proper fun car. I know on other videos you've mentioned the fully restored lightweight there.
Yep. And the Abarth.
And the Abarth, yeah, that super low mileage. I know you said find another one. One's just sold elsewhere for a
70. It's a
size of a man
miles, £17,000. So people are paying attention.
Yeah, absolutely, justifiably so. I really like this.
I love it.
Is it a BRA or
no? This is a Hawk.
Okay.
And look at the colour.
Yeah.
I think Jeff took this out. Drives lovely.
Oh, I bet he did.
And I will just move Roger. He's our mascot. We do put him in
very spacious
various
inside
little
as well.
cars. He's going to have a go in the...
Guy's wandering off with a large teddy bear. I love these more narrow-bodied cars. Yeah, I'm a big fan of like a 427 side oil
in here. So narrow-bodied, but have a look.
Yeah.
Have a look how wide the seating area is.
Yeah, loads
of room. A lot of these cars, they're too tight.
Yeah.
Particularly for me.
Lots of room in there, and it's not so shouty, is it? Because you've got another one over in the other hall, haven't you?
Yeah, so we've got the DAX through there, which we'll probably mention tomorrow.
Okay, yeah.
And that's with the wide arches, very much a more muscular car, but in essence, you've got a little bit more subtlety with this. I don't know if...
So it's got a Rover in it?
Rover, 3.5 litre V8.
So it's going to make all the right noises. You're going to be able to service it, get the spare parts, and it's going to pull it along nicely because it's a nice, light, two-seater car. And clearly, which leads us very neatly onto... And this is, again, the killer thing with Anglia car auctions, the curation of the collection, the way you place the cards, the way you lay stuff out, it always knocks me about in the head because I sort of walk up and go, oh, that's amazing. And you sort of lose sight and then you lock onto cars. And, this,
Yeah. We'll come on
Congratulations.
To that. We'll come on to that. So we've got this fantastic... They're both 1960s. We've got the two beautiful little spiders. This one's a Veloce.
Yep.
And this one isn't, but... So you've got bright red, Alfa.
Yep.
Again, this beautiful grey, but with the contrasting red interior.
That interior's been a lovely job,
stunning,
isn't it? Yeah.
Stunning cars. Now, Renaults. If you go around that way, first one I'll just mention we're going over here
Yep.
is this Phase 1 Clio Williams. Now, Phase 1 is the model to have. This is number 55. So they were a limited run. It's done, I think, 79,000 or so. Very much hot property at the minute.
Yes, absolutely. And what a great condition car.
And talking of hot property.
And you've guided this at 25 to 30.
25 to 30.
Which I think, again, is a great indication of that's where the market is. That's nearly a 30-year-old car. If you were 15 when that was hot, you're 45 now. You've hopefully got a bit of disposable income. You want what you lusted after out as we razz around your BMX. And this is something else, isn't it?
Very, very special. So it's one owner.
I know you've been talking to the owner for quite as well.
I've known this car from you, from when you bought it.
Part of the process that people go through with you, it's a very personal thing. He's owned this from you, like you said. It's a big decision.
It's done 1,800 miles. It's superb. In my opinion, the best colour.
It is that Renault Sport Blue?
Iliad.
Right, but it's the colour that's sort of like the Renault spiders were in. And
iconic colour.
Either the bright yellow or the blue. And the bright yellow might be the more distinctive colour, but would you actually want to live with it? I think this is the colour you'd want to live with.
This is the colour to have.
Yeah.
And this is a very, very special car. Lot of interest.
Quite justifiably so, because again, I know we say it, it's a cliche because it's true. Find another one.
Yeah, is there a lower mileage?
Yeah.
V6, one owner, Clio.
Is it for sale?
Phase 2, that's done that miles.
Yeah, because someone might sit at home and go, oh yeah, this so-and-so's got one. Well, that's brilliant, but it doesn't mean it's for sale.
Yeah.
These I absolutely love.
I did take this out for a drive. I couldn't help myself.
Nah, yeah.
I went with Dale. So you've got this Works sort of aluminium hardtop.
Yep.
Which gives it a really, really stylish look. I've locked it. Yeah. But what a car. What a car.
And again, a great colour combination with the black and the cream. And looking at the prices of the Gullwing coupes and maybe the more sporting orientated vehicles, you've guided this, I think it's somewhere around 100?
We're guiding this 105 to 125.
Yeah.
It's super value. It's had a fortune spent on it. You can clearly see that. But what a car. Yeah,
and I can't see how that, again, wouldn't be just a viable sit in the garage and enjoy it.
Driving it, many cars of the 50s they drive like cars from the 50s.
They feel their age.
You would drive this every day. The gear change, the clutch, the pedals. Yeah. It drives superbly.
If you've never driven a classic Mercedes, I highly recommend it no matter what brand you're into, because you realise why they are so good at what they do. Maybe more in recent years, they've lost their way arguably a little bit, but these really were handmade cars, the attention to detail. So yeah, hopefully someone's going to go home at the end of this weekend a very, very happy buyer. Again, we've still got a little bit of time if you want to get involved, if you want to register to bid.
Yeah, do register.
Yep.
Go on the website. You'll need to just pay a £500 deposit, which is fully refundable if you don't buy anything. Yep.
But you will buy something if you're anything like me. Because, and this is the thing, right? So the sale starts, the cars, the Automobilia is starting tomorrow morning, and that's available to view through...
Automobilia at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Yep.
And then we're starting at 12 o'clock. Now, the first car going through...
Yep.
It's nice to start with a little bit of fun. So... Our vendor's uncle built this little special Triumph base. It's got a Dolomite 1500cc engine. I love
the hands and the mouth. Noddy just got a shot of that. Yeah.
So the little twin carbs. You're on wire wheels. I did just drive this for the video. It's actually quite peppy.
You're just having some fun, aren't you? You're having a good day out.
It's a bit of fun. It's no reserve.
Yeah.
And I would say for someone just to have a little bit of fun for the summer.
Yeah.
Improve it, enjoy it. Or just leave it exactly as it is, why not?
Yeah.
It's perfect.
We have just shown maybe 125 cars, 100 cars, something like that. There's still a marquee out the back there. Look at some of the shapes you can see in the background and the variety. The runners, the non-runners, the projects.
I've got a key in my pocket. I want to show you something.
Have you? Is this for on camera? Is this Guy's cupboard of secrets? Are we going that way?
We're going this way if you don't mind.
No.
I'll let you
I
talk.
would say I'd follow you anywhere, Guy, but that might get me in a bit of trouble because I'm fairly sure it'd lead to a shed somewhere where I'd end up storing lots of cars.
Little standard 10, isn't that a pretty car?
Yeah, and again, in between an Alfa and a Mini and a Rover and
Yeah.
another modern classic,
Yep.
the
limited
Mondeos.
edition. So this is no reserve, and this has been upgraded with the 1700cc Alfa Romeo 33 engine,
Oh, okay.
which is a recognised improvement
Yep,
over the original. But let's just.
1700cc flat four. You kind of forget that they're boxer engines.
So I know they were everywhere. Just look at the condition of this.
I love this. That we just walked away 2.5 minutes ago, 100 grand Mercedes 190 SL, and we're equally excited about a Rover
So we're
214 SI.
We're going past the Corvette, the bright red
Or a
Corvette.
Cavalier.
The Cavalier.
Yeah.
That's come from a film company. Look at the rear arches.
They're there.
Look at the
They're there.
Just rub your finger on it. It will come up not
I've
bleeding.
cut myself.
No, you
Exactly.
haven't. They're perfect.
It's
They're
just, yeah, they're
perfect.
so crisp and sharp and uncorroded.
Just
It's
a great
beautiful thing.
little fun car. This Cavalier as well.
Oh,
Again.
don't. There's Series 2, yeah.
Series 2 early one, 2 litre. I love this.
Yeah.
2.5 to 3.5. And we've got a silver Cavalier in the sale as well. I think this is an 82.
I think it's an 82, 83.
We've got
82,
and we've
yeah.
got a silver 81 car.
Of course you have.
Because why not?
Why not just have one Cavalier?
Well,
And this
whilst
is
you're
the
looking
incredible
at this
thing.
Buick,
Yeah.
just a little fun thing. Now, I've
God.
just got to find my way under here. So, camera away whilst I get underneath,
Okay.
please.
So, Noddy, do you want to come and have a little look in here? Is this? Oh no. Imagine being in 1920s or 1930s Prohibition America and driving around in this thing. What do we reckon to that?
It's great. I love it. Well, I've got a little surprise for you around here.
What have we got? Who's got a camera? Do we need a camera on this?
Yeah, why not? Why not? Now, although this car came from Canada,
Yep.
our vendor bought it in Canada and had it shipped back. This era of car, who do you think of driving it
Al
in?
Capone.
Al
That's just
Capone.
what I just referenced. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Here we go. Come on round here.
I have, honestly, people, I have no idea. We don't rehearse any of this. We don't really talk much before we get into
Pull
it.
the key out. Pull the key out. Well, and the tray.
Oh, hello.
It's not real, everybody. So don't worry. But what a little bit of fun.
What is the story behind that then?
Just put in for a bit of fun.
So when you appraised this vehicle, you had a conversation with the person that's going to sell it, a couple of photos maybe on an email, a conversation. When did they tell you that it had a gun cabinet underneath the
Fairly
running board?
early on.
Oh, right,
Fairly
okay.
early on. I went out to
I
see
won't
them
touch
at their
that
house.
key. I'll leave that to you.
Oh yeah, we'll pull that out in just a jiffy. So
How brilliant.
just brilliant. Really, really great. Now I have talked about a lot of the other cars. I don't know how long we've got before.
Well, I think we've been talking for quite a while, and this, if we wrap it up and see people tomorrow, there is also the opportunity for them to get onto YouTube, look at your other preview videos, because you've done a great job of going through a lot of the cars that are here that we haven't talked about today.
And we'll be talking about. We can't
can't-
talk about them all at once.
No, and when we turn the cameras off, we then carry on talking about these cars. So angliacarauctions.co.uk, you're going to find a tab there where you can click and you can have a look at the catalogue of all these cars, all the automobilia. We start with the automobilia at 10 a.m.
Yep.
Greenwich Mean Time here, or British Summer Time as it is now, here in the UK. And the cars are going to start at probably midday, I'm guessing, half 12?
Cars will be starting on Saturday at midday.
At midday.
On Sunday, we'll be starting with the bikes at midday.
At midday.
So probably onto the cars about 1:45, 1
Yeah,
o'clock.
so if you want to, it'd be great to, you can view all the automobilia for sale on, the sale goes through thesaleroom.com.
Yeah.
I think it is, so you can,
And probably tomorrow we'll have a look before at the automobilia,
yeah,
if you fancy it.
yeah.
But look at it.
Brace yourselves, people. It's a big weekend in Kings Lynn. It's an absolute pleasure to be here again because, off the record and on the record, I get completely carried away with this place. And I get very excited driving up and knowing half of what's here actually in the flesh. And that's the great thing. If you are local, if you're within striking distance of Kings
Just come on
Lynn,
down.
come down. There's a cafe just there that's open during the sale days. grab yourself a bite to eat and a cup of tea and have a wander. It's a great atmosphere, and it's an absolute pleasure to have you all here with us.
Yeah, and it's so good when watching people at the View, they get animated, they get excited, they're reminiscing.
Yeah. Because you can see yourself. So just all the cars, right? I drove one of these across America in 1996 from Los Angeles to Boston. Yes, and that's why I keep on buying them. So look, it's been great. Thanks for sticking with us. If you stick with us, if it's just us two talking to each other, we're going to carry on anyway. We'd love to see you here in person. If you can't make it, YouTube live stream will be live short while before we get going with the cars. But the Automobilia starts before that, a couple of hours before that.
At 10 o'clock.
Yep, and we're here all day Saturday, all day Sunday. Be great to get you involved and have you along for the ride.
Super. Thanks very much. Take care.
See you soon.